It has been 4 long days, 4 days of silence, 4 days of untouched food rotting away at the corner of the cold, damp cell. So he hasn't eaten, hasn't spoken, hasn't even moved much. Her body is weak, her skin pale, and her lips cracked from thirst. Every breath she takes rattles like it might be her last. She thought this would be her end, starving herself to death rather than bending to her father's monstrous will, a princess of the crown reduced to nothing but bones and shadows. The heavy door cracks and someone steps inside dressed like a palace guard. Jejun carries a tray of food, keeping his head low as though he belongs there, but then his eyes fall on her slumped against the wall, hair tangled, face hollow, his breath catches. This is the princess he had imagined: silk gowns, bright jewels, a girl who would shine like the sun. But here before him sits only the broken remains of one. She doesn't even look like royalty anymore. She looks like a caged bird with wings clipped too cruelly. Jejun freezes a storm brooms inside his chest. If this is what a king dared to do his own daughter, a princess, what horrors must my father have endured in the young's dungeons? The thought claws at his heart until he can't breathe. His eyes stink, and before he can stop himself, a tear slips down his cheek. He closes his eye, the image of his own father shackled and torture flashing in his mind. His fists clench. From outside, Ruth's voice cut through the moment, sharp and hurried. Jejun, jaldi karo, हम पकड़े जा सकते हैं. Jejun snaps back to the present. He has no time. He forces his hands to steady as he kneels to her level. So he is unconscious, her head slumped to his side, strand of the matted hair hiding her face carefully, almost reverently. Jejun reaches out, his finger brush against her cheek as he tucks her hair back, revealing her features, and for the first time their words collide, his eyes on her, her broken body in his care. Her face is fragile, almost lifeless, yet something in her stirs an ache deep within him. He leans closer, studying her as though memorizing every detail. He has never been this close to any girl before, never dared, but now, inches away, he can smell the faint trace of her, the sharp mix of hunger and pain clinging to her skin. His heart pounds torn between the urgency of escape and the raw, unexplainable pulse. He whispers under his breath, though she cannot hear him. How can a father do this to his own blood? Her eyelids flicker slightly as if his voice has reached her somewhere deep in the haze. Jejun Solo's heart sliding an arm under her shoulders, feeling just how frail she has become. She weighs nothing. Ruth's voice grew louder, pressing him. Jejun, Abhi. He glances once toward the door, his pulse racing. The corridor outside is alive with the footsteps of real guards and Ruth warning ego in his head. They don't have much time. He sets the food aside and picks up a small flask of water he smuggled in. His hand trembles slightly as he tilts it over her, letting cool drops splash against her face. So he stirs, her lashes flutter weakly, a faint frown creasing her forehead. Then slowly, as if fighting against the weight of the death itself, her eyes open, and the first thing she sees him. Her blood vision sharpens, and her gaze locks on the young man kneeling before her. For a moment she forgets to breathe. His face is unfamiliar yet arresting, sharper than a prince from her childhood story, softer than the soldiers who walk the halls. Dark hair falls loosely across his forehead, framing eyes that burn with both fire and sorrow. His jaw is strong, his lips pressed tight as though he carries secrets. So he blinks once, twice, her dry lips parting slightly. Her heart, weak and starved, gives a sudden fluttering thump she hasn't felt in days. Is he real or another cruel air of her mind? Jojen doesn't move. He stays kneeling close enough that she can see the pulse beating fast at his throat. His eyes meet hers, and for a suspended heartbeat, the world outside ceases. The iron bars, the cold walls, even the shadow of her father. She has never seen a boy like this, not among the pampered princes who once visited the palace, not among the polished nobles who bowed at her father's court. His different, raw, untamed human. His beauty isn't the beauty of jewels and crowns, it is the beauty of the storm, of a flame that refuses to die. Her breath catches. He wants to speak, to ask who he is, why he is here, if he has come to save her, but her body betrays her. No sound escapes, her strength too far gone. So she only stares, eyes wide, drinking him in as if his presence alone is enough. Jujun's chest tightens under the weight of her gaze. He sees her staring fragile and lost, and something inside him shifts, something dangerous. He came here for his father, but the way she looks at him now, as though he is the first star breaking through her endless night, makes his resolve falter. So her lip trembles, but she says nothing. Maybe she has no energy, maybe she doesn't trust herself to speak, or maybe she's too consumed by the way his eyes refuse to leave hers, as if he too has found something he never expected. For a girl who had already chosen death, who believed no prince would ever come for her here at last, it is a boy, not dressed in gold, not riding a white horse, but kneeling in her prison, looking at her as if she is the only soul in the world. And in an instant, though no words are exchanged, something unspoken passes between them, a spark fragile yet undeniable. So he doesn't know if she has fallen in love, but she knows one thing with the absolute certainty. She has never seen anyone so beautiful in her life. Jojen pulls hammers as he realizes the sound of the boots is nearing from outside. They cannot afford to linger. He splashes her face one more time, and when her gaze studies on him again, he does what he know he must. He stands and pulls, so he stumbles her tall body, unable to hold his own weight. His arm supports his waist, but the moment she feels his touch, her breath quickens. He may look like a prince, but her heart recoils at the memory of those other hands, the man her father wanted to chain her to, the man who touched her only days ago. A shiver of disgust runs through her, and she twists weakly against him. Who are you? Her voice is barely above a whisper, ragged from the thirst and silence. Jason Joe tightens his eyes, unreadable. Your father has caged my father. His words are cold, though even he doesn't understand why his tone hardens when looking into her eyes. He tried to steady her, but his grip remains firm. So he stutters in terror, her mind spin in panic.